The first question we're going to ask today is, over the past year, what is the biggest shift made in the fight against food insecurity that you've seen in your organization or kind of overall? Deann, would you like to take that question and get us started today?
You would think one of the biggest shifts would be learning how to unmute yourself. I would say innovation and adaptation. As we heard in one of the videos, this was a problem before the pandemic, but it has just elevated and exacerbated a problem that already existed. So we had really good systems for getting food to those who needed it, but they had to really scale up. They had to work together. They had to convene. They had to become less fragmented and more collaborative. So we've really seen great things in innovating and adapting to meet the very sudden and rapid challenge.
And Dr. Johnson, what's the biggest shift that you've seen in the past year, you think?
Sure. So within the division that I oversee, we administer the state's WIC program, which provides the nutritional benefits and education to low-income women, infants, and children. So similarly to Deann's comments, one of the most significant shifts has been how we are able to administer that program. So we needed to apply for and receive federal waivers in order to deliver the program virtually and ensure that we did not have a break in benefits distribution for clients, and so that clients could continue to access the program in safe ways. We also increased our social media and marketing because we also recognized that there were many individuals who were newly eligible and may have not needed the WIC program previously. So wanted to make sure that they knew it existed as a resource for them at this time.
And Mike, with the Riverbend Food Bank, and you're a part of the state, what has the biggest shift been for your organization as you've tried to get more food in the hands of people who need it most?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. I mean, there are kind of the obvious disruptions right off the bat, the significant increase in need, serious interruptions to the supply chain, and then substantially inhibited operational methods. But I think the biggest shift is that people are more aware of the issue of hunger than ever before. I think pre-pandemic, hunger was almost an invisible problem. People almost really couldn't believe that, oh, come on, there's really not hungry people in America, right? In my opinion, it's because the problem has shifted from a lower class to a middle class. Almost everyone knows someone now. And so I think there's more awareness of, wait, there are hungry people. And that presents an opportunity, not just to get past the pandemic, but for our ongoing work to put an end to hunger in the state.
I appreciate that. And Clint, I'd like to kind of pose the same question to you for your organization there in Cedar Rapids. What is the biggest adaptation that you've seen or have had to undertake over the past 12 months?
Yeah, for us, if you remember back, when the pandemic started, all the bus and transportation systems shut down. And so instead of having people come to us, we delivered food to people. So we set up a system of volunteers that would actually take things to people's doors and drop it at the door so that they could pick it up. That was our biggest shift.
And Rebecca, in your position, you oversee the food pantry network for DMARC. That's one of the levels that's really on the front line in this effort that we've seen over the past year. What changes and what shifts have you seen that you've had to make over the past 12 months to meet this need?
Well, the initial shift that our 14 pantries had to move away from choice, where people came in and chose their own food and for safety purposes and social distancing, and they lost a lot of volunteers. So they had to find another way to distribute the food to people safely. We expanded our mobile pantries, which we have 2 of them, to more sites because we realized we needed to take food to people where they needed it. And we created a delivery program, kind of like Clint, so that we could actually address the issue of people being isolated in their homes.